You notice your legs get tired more quickly. A flight of stairs suddenly feels like climbing a mountain. You need an extra push to get out of a chair. It's easy to just blame it on getting older or a bad night's sleep. But the real enemy could be hiding in that little bottle promising strength and energy. The truth is, your body's chemistry is a delicate balancing act. Tipping the scales, even with something good, can throw the whole system off. Let's explore how that happens, starting with the one they call the sunshine vitamin. So you go to your doctor. You tell them you're tired, you're worried about your bones as you get older, or you just want to be on top of your health. Your doctor listens, and like any good doctor, they recommend a supplement to help. It feels great. They heard you, and now you have a simple, clear plan to get better. When we get to the medical system, we have a whole slew of science that tells us what's called sunspot supplement. So you go to your doctor gives you a supplement, you trust them. But what if that very thing, that supplement prescribed to make you stronger and protect your body, was actually doing the opposite? What if it was secretly making you weaker? It sounds crazy, I know, but the science is very clear. In some situations, a few of the most common supplements in the world can have a paradoxical effect. They can cause the exact problems you're trying to solve: muscle aches, fatigue, and a deep, frustrating muscle weakness. Today, we're going to talk about 3 of these supplements. Millions of people have these in their medicine cabinets right now, taking them every day, thinking they're doing the right thing. This information isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. It's to help you ask smarter questions, because in health, more is not always better. The third supplement we're going to talk about is one of the most common things prescribed for fatigue, but almost no one talks about its dark side. You're going to want to stick around for that. Now, before we start, a critical disclaimer: I am not your doctor. This is for educational purposes only. You should never stop or change a medication or supplement your doctor has prescribed without talking to them first. Stopping a therapy can have serious negative health consequences. This is a tool to help you start that critical conversation. The first supplement we have to discuss is vitamin D. For years, vitamin D has been a wellness superstar, and for good reason. It is absolutely essential. Its most famous job is helping your body absorb calcium, which you need for strong bones. But it's also critical for your nerves, your immune system, and most importantly for our discussion, for your muscles to work properly. So why is it prescribed so often? Because so many people are deficient. A shocking number of people around the world don't have enough vitamin D, either from lack of sun, diet, or other health issues. When you're low in vitamin D, the symptoms can be vague but awful. You feel tired, your bones ache, and a classic sign is muscle weakness. Doctors call this myopathy, and it usually hits the muscles closest to your core, your hips, thighs, and shoulders. That's what makes it so hard to get out of a chair or lift your arms. Given this, prescribing vitamin D seems like a no-brainer. And for millions, it is. When you correct a true deficiency, that weakness and fatigue can vanish. People often feel like their old selves again. But here's where the story takes a sharp turn. What happens when the dose is too high, or when you take it for too long without checking your levels? The danger of too much vitamin D isn't really about the vitamin itself. It's about what it does to the calcium in your blood. This is the key. Too much vitamin D leads to a condition called hypercalcemia, which means your blood is overloaded with calcium. Think of calcium as a powerful messenger. Your nerves and muscles need a precise amount of it to send signals correctly. When hypercalcemia throws that balance off, the electrical signals that tell your muscles to contract get scrambled. Instead of strong, clean movements, your muscles get weak and unresponsive. So the very vitamin you took to fix muscle weakness, when taken in excess, ends up causing it through a totally different pathway. The symptoms of vitamin D toxicity are sneaky: fatigue, confusion, bone pain, and that same deep muscle weakness you were trying to fix. Who's at risk? You're not going to get this from sunshine or fortified milk. Vitamin D toxicity almost always comes from taking high-dose supplements for a long time. The real danger is in self-prescribing massive doses without getting a blood test, or being on a high prescription dose without regular follow-ups to see if you still need it. One woman who took an average of 130,000 IU a day for almost 2 years ended up in the hospital with nausea, vomiting, and muscle weakness. The lesson here is that vitamin D is not a more is better supplement. It's a powerful hormone. You want to be in the Goldilocks zone, not too low, not too high. If you are on a high dose of vitamin D, it is vital to talk to your doctor about checking your blood levels periodically to make sure you're staying in that safe and effective range. Next up is the second supplement, often prescribed with vitamin D, calcium. This one feels even more backward. Calcium is strength. We learn from childhood that milk gives us strong bones and teeth, and doctors use calcium supplements to treat and prevent osteoporosis. In your muscles, calcium is the trigger. It's the spark plug. When a nerve tells a muscle to move, it floods the muscle cells with calcium ions, which causes the fibers to contract. No calcium, no movement. This is why a serious calcium deficiency can cause cramps and muscle spasms. So your doctor, worried about your bone health, recommends a calcium supplement. It's standard practice. You take it daily, thinking you're building up your skeleton and helping your muscles. So how could this possibly go wrong? The problem is identical to the one with vitamin D. Taking too much calcium, especially when you don't need it, can lead to the exact same condition, hypercalcemia. Remember the spark plug analogy? Now, imagine the spark plugs are firing all the time, randomly. That's what happens to your muscles in hypercalcemia. The extra calcium in your blood disrupts the normal electrical signals, leading not to strength, but to muscle weakness and fatigue. It can also make you feel confused and sluggish, a sign your brain isn't happy with the situation. And the connection to vitamin D is critical. Since vitamin D increases calcium absorption, taking high doses of both at the same time is a recipe for trouble. You could be taking a vitamin D pill, a calcium pill that also has vitamin D in it, and eating fortified foods. You've unknowingly created the perfect storm for calcium overload. Surprisingly easy to overdo it. Many people don't track the calcium they're already getting from dairy, leafy greens, or fortified orange juice. Adding a couple high-dose pills on top can push you way over the recommended limit. There's even a condition called milk alkali syndrome, which can be caused by taking in too much calcium from supplements and antacids, leading to hypercalcemia. The symptoms of high calcium, feeling tired, achy, a bit off, are easy to dismiss as just part of life. But if you are taking calcium supplements and feel this way, it's a conversation worth having. The good news is that when it's caused by supplements, the fix is usually simple. You stop taking them under your doctor's supervision, and your levels can return to normal. The lesson from the calcium conundrum is awareness. You have to know what's in your pills and what's on your plate. Work with your doctor to figure out your total daily intake. and make sure they know about every single supplement you're taking. If you're finding this information valuable, take a moment to click subscribe. My goal is to give you the information you need to have a better brain and a better life. We go deep on the topics that matter for your long-term health, so you can feel empowered to take control. Subscribing means you won't miss what's coming next. Now for our final and maybe most surprising supplement, the third supplement that can secretly drain your strength is iron. This one is the ultimate paradox. Iron is literally synonymous with energy. When someone is weak and tired all the time, the first thing anyone thinks is iron deficiency anemia. And for good reason, iron is the core of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen to every part of your body, especially your muscles. It's also in myoglobin, which stores oxygen right inside the muscle tissue. Not enough iron means not enough oxygen. Your muscles are starved. You feel weak, exhausted, and out of breath. For this condition, iron supplements are a miracle. They restore your body's ability to carry oxygen, bringing back your energy and strength. So here's the twist. The very thing you take to fight that weakness can, in a terrible turn of events, cause a much more damaging kind of weakness. The problem isn't deficiency, it's overload. When you take in more iron than your body needs, you can get into a state of iron overload. While some people have a genetic condition called hemochromatosis that causes this, it can also happen from taking high-dose supplements for too long when you don't need them. Here's how it does the damage. Your body is great at holding on to iron, but it has no good way to get rid of any extra, so it builds up. When your body's safe storage containers for iron are full, the excess iron starts to spill out and deposit into your organs, your liver, your heart, and yes, your muscles. This loose, unbound iron is incredibly destructive. It causes a process called oxidative stress. The best way to think of it is like rust. Just like rust corrodes metal, that excess iron rusts your cells from the inside out. It damages cell membranes, proteins, and DNA. In your muscles, this cellular rust leads to tissue damage, impairs their function, and stops them from repairing themselves properly. So you end up in this cruel situation. You started taking iron to fix weakness from a lack of oxygen, but you took too much. And now you have weakness caused by cellular damage. The symptoms feel similar: fatigue, weakness, pain, but the cause is the complete opposite. Who is at risk? People with hemochromatosis are at the highest risk. But the risk also goes up for anyone taking high-dose iron supplements without a confirmed diagnosis or without rechecking their levels. Many people diagnose themselves with iron deficiency and start popping pills. This is a very bad idea. Iron is not a supplement to be taken just in case. Your iron status needs to be properly checked with blood tests that look at ferritin, your storage, and transferrin saturation, how much is in transit, not just your basic blood count. The iron paradox teaches us the most important lesson about supplements. They are powerful drugs. They should be used with precision to fix a diagnosed problem. Used correctly, they are medicine. Used incorrectly, they can be poison. So let's recap the three supplements that, in a cruel twist, can weaken your muscles: vitamin D, calcium, and iron. The thread connecting all three is the principle of balance. Deficiency is bad, but excess can be just as bad, if not worse. Vitamin D and calcium can weaken muscles by causing hypercalcemia, which messes up the electrical signals that make them work. Iron overload acts like rust, causing oxidative stress that literally damages the muscle tissue. The point of this is to make you an active, educated partner in your own healthcare. It's to show you that natural doesn't mean harmless, and that all supplements need to be treated with respect. The key is not to be afraid of them. They are essential tools when used right. The key is to be smarter. And that leads me to my most important message for you. Do not stop taking any supplement or medication your doctor has prescribed. That can be dangerous. Instead, use this as a reason to start a conversation. Ask your doctor, is it time to recheck my vitamin D levels? Or can we look at my total calcium intake to make sure it's right for me? Or should we check my iron stores again? Tell me your story in the comments below. Have you ever had a strange reaction to a supplement? Your experience could be a light bulb moment for someone else. And if you found this helpful, please share it with someone you love. Thank you for watching. Here's to your strong, balanced, and brilliant health.